Welcome back. In this lesson I will play around the settings to change the movement of the tree, and to make the easiest way I will put here a null which will be the controls. I change this to like this, and I click here to edit parameter interface, and I need a folder which will be controls, and inside the controls I will put 3 floats, or not 3, 4. The first will be the angular spring constraint. The second one will be the linear spring constraint. The third one will be the velocity scale. And the fourth one will be the wind amplitude. So if I click here, you can see these values. So the angular spring constraints and the linear spring constraints are in the DOP network in the wire solver. Yeah. So let me just split this to left and right and left and right. So I will copy these parameters and paste a relative reference in there, like here, because when I change these values, this will update, of course, and I don't have to jump from node to node to play around with the settings. So this will be a very easy way. So angular spring constraint will be copy parameter and paste relative reference. So as you can see, it's 0 now because this is 0, but if I set it to 100, it will be 100. And I will make all of the other ones, of course, in the same way. The velocity scale is in volume source here. And the wind amplitude is in, not here, it is in the velocity. here is amplitude, yes. Okay, so I make a camera too. And I make this Full HD. And the really important thing when I make flipbooks, just click on the camera and click on the edit parameter interface. I will drop down a comment like a multi-line string, apply, accept. So if I type values here, it will be here on the flipbook. So you don't have to remember every settings you make, just write them here, and when you check your flipbooks, the values will be here, like angular spring, linear spring, which was the second one? The velocity. Yes. And the fourth one was the wind amplitude. So I recommend to make at least 2 flipbooks in the beginning to find out what are these values makes. So of course the velocity will be at a bigger velocity, and the wind amplitude is a bigger wind, and these two will make the elasticity of the wire solver. So, and I recommend you to make a very low number test and a very high number test to compare the difference between the two, and you can find your best value between these two values. So for now I will make 50, 50, the velocity scale will be 1 and the wind amplitude will be 1. So I will write this 50, 50, 1 and 1. Okay, let's do the first flipbook with these settings. Of course I did it wrong, sorry. And I have to pull this down. And yeah, I have to make it from here now. Okay, the first flipbook is ready. As you can see, the tree is not really moving. This is a very calm weather. So I disconnect this and I add really high numbers, like, I don't know, maybe 30, and the wind amplitude for 32. And make another flipbook, or just go crazy. Let's go, oh sorry, I deleted it. Let's go with 100. So as you can see, in this case R3 is not really in good condition, but of course you can see the bottom of the tree is not affected by the wind because of that that group that I made before. So of course if you just select these bottom points of the tree, this part will be also moving, and this will be steady at the bottom. So I can close this because I don't need this crazy result. I don't really remember, but I think the original settings in my previous setup was the angular spring constraints was, I think, 500, the linear was 2000, the velocity scale was 15, and the wind amplitude was 5, I think. So angular is 500 and it's 2000, velocity is 15, and the wind is 5. So let's try with these settings. Okay, the flipbook is ready, and as you can see we have a quite calm or a little bit windy weather with these settings. Of course you can tweak your settings till eternity, because every settings gives a different result, and I don't really know what values will be fit for your setup, but you can try these four. These four settings are, I think, the main important settings for this wind. So that's it. I'm quite happy with the result. I think this was in my original scene. So how to apply this wire onto the original tree? So for this, just drop down DOP import, which will import the DOP network. This, and the object mask will be the wire object 1. Wire object 1, and I fetch geometry from DOP network. I need time shift. I delete this and I keep only the first frame. I need a point deform, and this will here. The time shift will be the second, and the original will be the 1. And let's try this. Group capture deform radius, yes. I think everything will good. Let's try this. So the flipbook is ready. If you hit play, you can see the trees moving. I think that's it for the tree, and in the next lesson I will turn the leaves into vellum, and I will attach to the tree and make some leaves fall down to the ground. See you there.